Hi, I'm Jerry Palazzolo, founder and president of Catholic Healthcare International, and welcome to another discussion of responding to the call of Padre Pio. Each week, I will share with you a brief 5-minute discussion on one aspect related to Padre Pio, his amazing Home for the Relief of Suffering hospital, and our vision and work to replicate it as a beacon of light and a model of fully faithful Catholic healthcare delivery and medical education here in the United States. Today, I want to share with you a discussion about the practicality of prayer and Padre Pio's contemporary miracle working in our world today. Not from back when he was alive, which you can read books about that and see many of the hundreds of miracles he performed, but actually today, as I go around the country and people come up to me and tell me stories about how Padre Pio has intervened in their life and the many miracles that they have worked. So I'm going to share with you one story to put it into context from back when Padre Pio was alive, and then two that I have run into recently in my discussions with people. So back when Padre Pio was alive, he used to tell his spiritual children, "Send your guardian angel to me with your request, and I will pray for you." So one Saturday evening, two little girls were having a sleepover, and they decided to have fun with Padre Pio. So they sat there and sent their guardian angels over and over again to Padre Pio with requests that they had of him. And they didn't think anything of it. They were having fun like little girls do. And then the next morning they went to Sunday Mass, and after Mass, Padre Pio pulled them over and he said, "You kept me very busy last night. I was up all night responding and praying to you all." And he says, "I need more sleep tonight, so don't bother me quite so much tonight." Anyway, the reason why I say that is it's real. You ask for Padre Pio, he understands, and he will respond to your prayers. Now, I'm going to share with you two stories. One was from a physician who was a surgeon. And he had run into some problems where he had gotten an infection in his hand and it just wouldn't heal up. It was an open sore, an open wound. He had to keep it bandaged and they couldn't do anything to get it healed up. And he was not able to perform surgery. And he was getting very frustrated about the whole thing. Simultaneously, his wife had always wanted to go over to San Giovanni Rotondo for a pilgrimage, and she had a devotion to Padre Pio, and this physician did not have a devotion, and he didn't want to go to San Giovanni Rotondo, but his wife pestered him, and finally their diocese had a pilgrimage to San Giovanni, and he finally agreed to go, but he said, "Don't expect me to really get involved or believe in this hocus pocus, but I'll go with you to be a supportive husband and everything." So they went over, they visited, and if you've ever been over there, you go down to the crypt where Padre Pio's tomb is, and you can go in, you wait in line, you go in front, and you get to go right in front behind the altar, and you can put your hand on the casket of Padre Pio and say your prayers, and so you move along like that. And so they went through the line, and they finally got up there, and he was there, stood behind his wife, and she said, "Touch the casket and say a prayer." And he goes, "Fine." So he goes, he puts his hand up, he touches the casket. And immediately he felt an energy go through his arms and legs and body and being, and his hand was immediately healed. And it was amazing because he had no belief that this would ever happen. He wasn't really even praying for it. But Padre Pio touched him in a very real way. And that's the way Padre Pio does. And the final story I want to share with you is I was speaking one time at a conference, a Catholic Medical Association conference in Minneapolis. And after I spoke, we went up to the cathedral for a mass, and we were getting off the bus, and I was talking to some people, and I saw somebody waiting for me very patiently. So right before mass was getting ready to start, I walked over and I said, "Can I help you?" And this was a young lady and probably in her 30s, and she said, "I wanted to ask you something." She said, "When I was a little girl, I was diagnosed with a terminal kidney disease, and my mother was obviously very, very upset about it and everything. And one night I went to bed, and my mother tucked me in and said our prayers, and she left. And then at the foot of my bed, there appeared this old man with a beard and a brown robe. And all he said was, "It'll be all right. You'll be fine." And then he disappeared. And the next morning, she said, I woke up, I went in, I told my mother what had happened. And her mother said, yeah, that's great, and didn't really think much of it or anything. Anyway, the next time they went to the doctor, they went through all the tests, and she no longer had her kidney issue. She was healed. And they were just amazed. And a little bit later, they went over to their grandmother's house. And up on the wall was a picture of Padre Pio. And the little girl said, "That's the man who came to my room and told me everything would be okay." And they realized it was Padre Pio who healed her. And her question was, "Do you think that was real?" And my answer was, yes. I hear that all the time. Padre Pio is a real miracle worker even today. So I want you to pray to him, and I want you to pray to him with real conviction and belief that he will care for you. Send your guardian angel to him, and he will respond. I went a little long today. I'm sorry. I think those are very important things for people to understand, that there are real miracles even in our days, if you believe. Thank you. Join me again next week for responding to the call of Padre Pio. Go to our website, join our International Adoration Program, pray for us, and provide us support financially if you are able. We have a lot of things going on, and we need your support. Thank you very much, and God bless.